Hello there, this is Mari Smith, and this is a Facebook fan page critique for Dr. Judith Briles of The Book Shepherd, and she's at facebook.com, The Book Shepherd. And Dr. Briles was a winner of one of the Facebook critiques in the Extreme Fan Base Growth Facebook marketing course. Delighted to have you with us, Judith. So some ideas for you here, and this is me looking at your fan page partway through the Extreme Fan Base course, growth course, so I'm not sure if you've been making a few changes, but we'll find out. So let's just go on a little tour here. First things first, what I'd like to do is click on the cover image, and that'll tell me the date that you changed it last. So I can see here June 26th, and I always like to see the little description here, and I see that's missing. So you as an admin, you can click on the image, click the little edit, and just add a little description, maybe a call to action and a link as well. You just never know who might click on your cover image. And when you periodically change your cover image, that goes out into the news feed of your fans. Not as many of them. It doesn't quite get as much edge rank, as it's called, the points that put the content into the news feed. Now then, and Facebook just recently changed up the 20% text rule, or they removed it altogether from the page guidelines, so you're fine here. I like your little logo, and the Book Shepherd's a fun and creative name. Create, strategize, develop, publish, and achieve. When I first looked at this, I wasn't 100% sure what it is that you do. But then I just kind of surmised from these 5 words that you help people to get their book written and published, and presumably marketed as well. I don't know if this 2 next is supposed to be here, the next thing. Maybe it's just a creative little spin on words, but I don't know if you mean to have 2 next, the next thing in an author and book coaching. And I know that's kind of a play on the next big whatever. I think there's TV shows and all kinds of people do the next whatever. So that's fine. I love your picture here too. You look just very, very happy, and it's fun that it's black and white against the color. I'm not sure about your profile image though, I must admit. I mean, I can read these 5 words, which was kind of your tagline. I can read them in this big size, but when we come down here to this little size, bearing in mind that some 90+% of your fans see your content in their newsfeed, either desktop or mobile. And this is practically legible at this size. You're really losing the visual impact. And so I'm going to recommend here, Judith, that you consider your logo, possibly even just this part, like the pretty little book on the branch. Make that nice and big, and then just underneath would say the Book Shepherd, and then do away with the 5 keywords here. So that'd be something. Another thing is I come on down here, I see that you are situated here as a place page. You have a city and a phone number here. I think, are you? No, maybe not, because I don't see that you have recommendations unless someone just doesn't put them in yet. You might be set up as a place page, given you have, yeah, I see, because it's got the little place marker. Yeah, and it actually says local business. I'm going to guess that you've maybe been miscategorized. I get the impression that you are a book writing, publishing, and marketing coach that has a global audience, and you're not just local to Aurora, Colorado. So to fix that, 2 things you can do. If I click into this about section, come on Facebook, you might consider changing up the category. You'd go into your admin, that's one thing. And the second thing is just to remove the location, or just to put it down as maybe just Aurora, Colorado, maybe remove the zip code. It's basically you don't have a street address in here, but there's part of what's happening here is this location is what's triggering it to be a place page. Well, actually the local business category. So you might want to change it into, business consulting or business coach or even author, or just a different category that doesn't force it to be a place page. It's not a big deal. It just means that what's happening here, Judith, is this whole about section, you're not able to include information and call to action, a link, etc. If I just quickly hop over to my own page by way of example, so this is basically, free for you to fill in completely whatever you want, if it's not a place page. But the fact that it's place page, that's all, you're forced to kind of put the address and phone number. So some thoughts for you there. I love the consistent branding here that you've tied in the color, the font, etc. I'm just going to click into some of these. So this one says get published. It was interesting as I was just doing a quick preview before I started to record. This clearly looks like a video, and I go to click that to play it, and it's like, oh, it won't play. So I'm curious here, if I click the like button, if you have this like gated. And I see you use Heyo, which those are great guys. I like their company. So let's see what happens if I like it. Aha! Very clever. Very clever. So you've got that like gated. See, because it's interesting. I've seen actually some big name internet marketers talk about how you can actually really pique people's interest when you put a placeholder, such as you had on the previous, the non-liked page, where it had there in my eye and my finger, and just automatically went to click, and I wanted to play. So you just take a screenshot as you did with the kind of the play icon, and people want to click it. So I noticed that I wanted to play it, and it wouldn't play for me, but clearly I had to like the page first. So that's really nicely done. I like what you've done there. Let me go back to the main page and see. So join the herd. Oh, actually join the herd. Now what's interesting to me, and I'm not going to play this video here, but what's interesting to me is if that call to action on that thumbnail says join the herd, I suppose the join the herd part might be liking your page, but I would want to see maybe an opt-in box here, so you could actually have people, gathering the email addresses. See what happens when I click that. So now you're taking people to your website, and let's just see if it's obvious. Well, this is good. This is great positioning. You've got the top right above the fold. Mind you, it's not clear to me what they're signing up for. Free gift when you subscribe, instantly download. Okay, well that's not too bad, but it's not super clear to me, because this could be a whole separate section here. It's not obvious. You might want to just tweak that a bit. So that in essence, so what you've got there, discover more today, and you're sending people over to your website. I would love to see two things here, Judith. One or both. The opt-in box right here for people to sign up and get more from you, and or if you have this discover more today, people would click on that and they would go to a dedicated sign up page, because you're saying discover more today, and then boom, you've got them all over. They've got tons of things, and they're just going to get down a rabbit hole here, which is fine. You've got lots of things going on here, but you might want to just keep it just a wee bit more focused, such as my friend here I like to use as an example, Joanne Darby over at The Girlfriend Life. Oh, look at that, she's almost even Steven with her likes and talking about this. She puts her little blurb on almost every single post, saying click here to get added to the Girlfriend Life newsletter for encouragement, recipes, and ideas. And when you click on that, notice how it's a dedicated sign up page. It's not taking you to our main website, it's just a sign up page. Okay, so just thinking about like clear single calls to action, those are always good to think about. And then this one I noticed where it says visit our website. I was actually expecting this to be a redirect, so that when I click that, it would push people over to your website. But I see it's inside of a frame. I don't know if Heyo offers the same kind of feature that our friends over at TabSite do, where it's a website resizer, and you can fit your website within an iframe tab without having the horizontal scroll bar. You might not be able to help the vertical one, but the horizontal one. So that's something. Alternatively, you could use this instead of, I don't know if Heyo does it, this part as well, but I know WooBox does, and it's an immediate redirect. Again, if I go back to my own fan page, and it's a little bit bending the rules of Facebook, but I have it right here on my webinar replay. Now you're going to see a slightly different version because I'm the admin, but if I click on webinar replay, I see this pop-up that says page admin, do you want to be redirected? Nobody would see that, only the admins see that, so just pretend that didn't come up, and it actually is a redirect. It goes straight to where I want to send people. So that's WooBox, and it's totally free. So you might think about that. I kind of like that. Oops, come back here. For if the call to action is saying visit our website, my expectation, my frame of mind is I'm going to go to your website. I'm not expecting to land inside of a Facebook tab, so just something to think there. and then authoru.org. Let's see what this is. Another Heyo tab and another page inside. Again, you've got this. It just visually, to me, I'm not sure. I think I'd much rather see something different than a whole page, squished in here. And I'm not sure if Heyo gives you stats, if you can actually see who is viewing this and clicking on it. I see lots of my friends in your photos. Penny Sanseveri and Guy Kawasaki and Joan Stewart, Publicity Hound. So, but otherwise, these are good. You're doing great. Love that you put your likes down here and not taking up real estate here. I like your sweepstakes too. This was really well done. This is cute. Nicely done. And so now, and I looked at this before, I had liked the button earlier, but because I know you have this light gated as well. That's really nicely done. Click on the books to enlarge. Yeah, that's nicely done. So now what do you have people doing? Is this still author you priority to enter? Okay, so yeah, so I'd like to see that if possible. Beautifully done. Cute graphic. But let's say enter sweepstakes here. So contest is over. My apologies. Okay, so it's already been and gone and done. Yeah, powered by Rafflecopter. That's interesting. Rafflecopter. 1,888 entries. That's insane. Wow. Well, I'd love to know how this went for you, and if you did good, then by all means, do another sweepstakes, because that could really help to bump up your likes. Now, come on down to the wall here in the posts. I've got some concern about your posts. It looks like you're automatically posting through Hootsuite, and I can tell because of the Owly links. So many recommendations for you here. Number one, I'm going to recommend that you stop posting links, or maybe about 1 in 10. Okay, 1 in 10 posts can be a link. I really encourage you to do more image posts and a text post. Like this one right here is an example of just text. It's a lot though. That's kind of heavy for people to read. This is a better one, just a quote. And you can always add something, a call to action, like this if you agree, or share this with your friends or something like that. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of links. It looks like you don't do any image posts at all, so you're really not getting these 700 plus fans are just really not seeing your content at all. But you might find that you can boost that by switching up to image posts mixed up with short text posts and the occasional link and the occasional video. Maybe questions, so long as Facebook still has them, but they're taking away questions and offers soon. And then adding some calls to action. Like this one, let's just take this as an example. I like that you're using hashtags. Of course, that's maybe pulling over from Twitter. I'm not sure. 10 key components for author and book game plan and platform podcast. I would like to see something a little bit more if I click through onto that. Whoa, what happened there? I clicked on that and it actually took me. Oh, I just downloaded something? It's an MP3? It's downloading? Ooh, yeah, that's tricky. And I just downloaded it twice here. Okay, that completely threw me off there. I would not do that. You would have to literally say, listen to the podcast here, click to download the MP3, and then I would like to see that as the long link. Short links were really designed for Twitter, okay? Because we've got the 140 characters, you're limited in space, so you've got to shorten up the links. Facebook studies have shown that people typically prefer to click on longer links. You don't need to shorten links on Facebook. I suppose people might get used to them. I was just thinking of our friend over there, the Girlfriend Live. She does the Bitly for her newsletter. Bitly is typically probably one of the most trusted short links if you are going to use one. But this one, gosh, I just would be so leery of posting a download link for a file. People are leery of downloading things. That'd be so much better, like linking them to a blog post where they could listen to it right on your blog. So anyway, an idea there. Yeah, I just really like to see the style of what you're doing. To just be a little more engaging. Like, so for this example here, you're saying, Twitter is now diddling with that. And just something that would invite some communication, saying, what do you think? Or do you click on Twitter ads? Or will you use the new Twitter ad features when they come out? Or things like that. And maybe when you do a little bit of social media posting, and I'm just thinking some some real great tips, some tips for authors would be good. Here's one, just a little bit more content related to what it is that you do. I'd like to see a little bit more engagement too, and one way you could do that, Judith, is set aside something like the same time each week, Friday mornings at 10 a.m., whatever time zone you're in, kind of thing, Central. Just say, I'm on my fan page, and you can advertise it on Twitter and your newsletter, whatever, come and join me for an hour Ask the Expert, and people come and ask you questions, and that just can help boost the activity and the engagement. You might find initially not a lot happens, but keep doing it week after week. It's kind of the equivalent of a Google Plus Hangout, but you're hanging out on Facebook and encouraging people to come and connect and communicate with you. So anyway, lots of tips here. This went on for quite a bit. I do like that you've got this fairly filled out with keywords, by the way. Just wanted to compliment on that. That's excellent. And yeah, with that, great job so far. Look forward to seeing what tips resonate with you and what you might implement. And hope you got value. Bye-bye for now.